ramble about it. Hey, Goger, what's up? How's the pain going? I mean, I just started. Well, I guess I already had pain from yesterday. Did you see the episode, Goger? Did you see the episode 1? Metsy's another super chat. Thank you very much. I watched the first episode for season 2, and I know I liked some stuff, especially with Joel, but Ali is such a bitch. That's a good. You know what? Screw it. Matt season segued into it pretty perfectly, because that's my overall thought as well. There's some things I enjoy with Joel, but everything with Dina and Abby is an absolute nightmare. And watching that. Well, Goger, stick around. I'm going through the episode now and save you an hour of your life. Because we actually start with the Abby group. We start with the Abby group, and they're just over the. I guess they buried the fireflies that Joel killed in that hospital base. First thing you notice. Abby is not a hulking brute in this show. She's fucking tiny in comparison to the game, which is like, oh, and she also looks more like Ellie in a weird way. It's so weird. It's like they had someone casted for Ellie after the 5 years, but then gave her the Abby role instead. It's so weird. She looks more like Ellie. It's really awkward. But yeah, she's there and she's pretty tiny. I'm pretty sure she was the smallest one out of the group you see. So yeah, that was already weird to see. I probably saw it before in the trailers, but I completely forgot, to be honest. So I don't know. But yeah, they're just doing that, and this is where they plan. It's like, yeah, we need to go after them. One of them just points out, how exactly are we going to do that? And then they just describe Joel. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna get him, and we'll kill him, but I want to kill him slowly. And then we cut to... It cuts to 5 years later. So, yeah, we got the time jump there. So I guess they arrived shortly after Ellie and Joel left, is the idea, and then we get the 5-year jump to current day Ellie, or, well, in-universe current day Ellie. And someone's mentioned it already. We see a scene where it looks like Ellie is getting strangled by some mean person. Oh no, we go right into the action. Oh, that's insane. Holy shit, what the fuck? And it turns out it's a sparring match between someone. I don't know if he probably has a name. I don't care though. He probably never shows up again. And the first words out of Ellie's mouth in this show, her first words are,
"Boom, motherfucker."
And I'm already like, don't do it this way, please. Don't. Please don't. That's... Don't make her the, oh, I'm not taking shit from anyone thing. And yeah, and as somebody already mentioned, she fights a guy who's like jacked. Like, he has massive arms, he's taller. And if you look at the fight, she gets him into like a triangle hold with like her legs, and you can see his right arm is free. He just has it like this. But he could have just fucking punched her in the face and get himself out of it. And he should also be easily able to overpower her. So that was a great start. And then she wins the fight, and I put this in quotations, to win, because she already has like a bleeding nose. And then we go to Jesse, or I guess how I call him in my last stream, Lester. Little meme influence here in this talk. I was like, oh, you didn't really win though. I told him to pull his punches. Like he punch. Okay, the way he says it, like I'm not paraphrasing. I'm being like over the top, obviously. But what he's saying is, oh, that's some mad shit talk from someone who got punched in the first second of the fight, and it's like, yeah, but I still got him. And it's like, well, yeah, but I pulled my punches because I told him to, and also Joel was worried about you. And I was like, oh. So first of all, why are you doing a sparring match where you actually try to hurt each other? Why do you start with punching someone immediately in the face? They were not wearing gloves or anything. So why are they punching each other in the face during the sparring match without any kind of gloves or anything? Unless I missed the gloves for some reason, but I'm pretty sure they haven't had any gloves. And then pulling the punches, so she didn't learn anything from this fight because nothing happened with her that's useful, because she would have lost in the first second. So I don't know, it was just super dumb, super stupid. But yeah, and then she's pissed, like, don't tell them to pull punches, blah blah blah. And then he just leaves, and they go outside, and the town looks, I don't know how to describe it. It's
fucking pregnant.
Yeah, exactly, fucking pregnant.
How could you keep something like that?
You know how like there's like this fine line between the CGI looks good and not very obvious, and it looks good but it looks very obviously fake. Like, I think the renders look good, but they are very obviously CGI. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look real, even though it's very well rendered. I hope that makes sense. That's the best way I can explain it. So it looks good, but it looks fake, basically. But yeah, she's just kind of going around and being annoyed by things. And then we cut to Joel, and that's like the thing, one of the things that I like. We see what Joel is doing for the town while he's there, because we actually start before the game. So we have like a day before we log into the game timeline. And I think there might be scenes, I'm pretty sure there's scenes here that I see later during my playthrough here. Like, later you get the scene with the, where the bartender is being mean to Ellie and Dina and sorts. So I think there's some scenes that I see later in here that are now here now, I think. But yeah, he's just kind of he's just fixing breakers and stuff because he was working in construction. So obviously he's very useful to the town. And a little bit later as well, you see that he's going through things that need to be done. It's like, yeah, we need to build houses, blah, blah, blah. So actually you get a couple of things here where we can see he has value to the town. Something that I would have liked in this game, because we just kill him, basically. Which is, you know, sucks. And then Dina gets to, I think it's in his house, I think? But it doesn't matter, really. But they have a little bit of talk. It's like, oh, what are you doing, Joel? It's like, oh, hey, kiddo. Oh, you know, I'm just,
There's someone living here?
I'm just fixing some breakers. She's like, oh, you want to teach me? I was like, oh, you know what? That's actually a nice little start. She wants to learn. She wants to contribute to the town, Dina. I was like, that's awesome. You know, that's good. That's what I like to see. Because everybody should be useful in this town. Because, you know, post-apocalypse, everyone who can be useful should be useful in any way they can. And it's like, yeah, you need to do this and this and this and this. And then Dina's like, hey, why is Ellie mad at you? And he's like, I don't really know. It's just like being a little bit annoying, but you're nice. You're pretty nice, so that's cool. I enjoy talking to you. He's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. And he just starts talking. He's like, you know, I'm really trying to back off a little bit, not be so overprotective. I never got to this age with my own daughter and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then Dina all of a sudden says, oh, are you in fucking therapy? And starts kind of laughing at him.
Are you in fucking therapy?
And I don't know if that was on purpose at this point, but when I watched the rest of the episode, that's actually Dina's character. She's insufferable. It's like, oh, you seeing them? He's like, I'm not in fucking therapy. So she kind of makes fun of him for being in therapy with the lady that does like psychotherapy in the town. So yeah, that's cool. That's great by Dina. It's like, oh, that's oh, you're in therapy, ha. And I don't know if it was intentional in this place, but it felt that way. It definitely did feel that way. It's like, are you in fucking therapy? And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, really? He's just like opening up to you. It's like talking about how he's trying to back away, give Ellie some space because he never got to the age of 19. Just trying to do the thing. They're just trying to figure it out together because he's basically the father to her right now. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Also, I guess pretty lucky that they have a therapist in their little apocalyptic town. So yeah, that was awesome. So that was great. And then she leaves and he tells him, please don't tell anyone I'm in therapy because he's ashamed of it. Which is a common thing that happens in the real world as well, so I get that. But yeah, didn't sit right with me that she started kind of making fun of him. That was sucky. We then cut to Tommy and Ellie doing... I guess they're doing a patrol or something together, and they see an infected, and they do some shooting practice, some target practice with the sniper rifle. And it just kind of goes, oh yeah, good job, blah 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 blah. Nothing too crazy happens. And they talk, and it's like, oh man, that's a lot of infected over there though, so I'm gonna make a squad and put them on patrol tomorrow here to check it out. And Ellie is like, oh, hey, put me on this one. I want to check it out. I want to help out. And he's like, about that, I'm actually going to take you off patrol for a bit because take you off patrol for a bit and put you on guard duty on the tower. And she's like, oh, what? But that's so boring. It's just fence sitting. That's so lame and gay. I wanna go out and do other things. I was like, why are you taking me off patrol? It's like, well. One, Joel told me to, which is like, oh, fuck's sake. But two, which is the more important part, other people have been saying that she's been reckless. And we're doing the whole thing where she's annoyed. It's like that Joel is so overprotective, and also you shouldn't even be worried about me being bit because I'm immune. And he's like, we don't talk about this. It's just going to make trouble. But because they're alone, she just yelled. You've probably seen that clip on Twitter. It's like, I'm immune. Just yelling out into the wilderness that she's immune.
I got bit.
Hey.
I'm immune.
Whoa, hey.
Woo!
Because, nobody can hear it. Because she doesn't care what anybody says, whatever they're going for. So here's the thing. What does it matter that you can't be infected? They still can fucking kill you. And also, if you're reckless, you get in trouble, get infected, agitated, there's a team with you. You can get them killed. So you can't be fucking reckless when you're with a squad and get them in trouble because you want to do some shenanigans. Which, keep that in mind, we'll see what kind of shenanigans she's up to, and you're not gonna like this. And, this should have been Tommy's reasoning. But Tommy just says, oh, I swear to God, you and Joel, just the same fucking person. And then Ellie says, which means you're not gonna win this argument. And then he just fucking caves in. And says like, alright, patrol is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. It's like, holy fucking shit. Tommy is like the second in command, basically. And he's just like, you're reckless. You can't do things like this. Like, yeah, but I'm the protagonist. Oh, okay, well, go to the patrol then. Awesome. Good job. They fucking around with Tommy's character on the show. So that's awesome. That is great. That's a thing that didn't happen in the game as far as I've played it. So, yeah, that's very cool. That's very awesome. Giving Tommy, like, this dumbass decision. Absolutely fucking terrible. So at this point, I'm already really fucking annoyed. I've seen Ellie beating up some large human with big muscles. And should have pulled the punches. Talk her some dumb shit. And now this. I was like, fucking hell. And also Dina just being insufferable from the get-go. She's like, awesome, that's cool. That's off to a good start. But hey, we're only like 15 minutes in, I think, at this point. Maybe 20, I don't remember. And we get to a scene where another scene that I partly like, because we see Joel do things. As I mentioned before, he's like checking out like a little booklet. It's like, yeah, we're building these things, blah 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 blah. We'll not be done with the roofs until summer, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then Maria's like, yeah, I need you to build faster. And before I could even think of a joke about this, Joel says, oh yeah, we have this this constructor meter dial. If we just turn it, we can build faster. No problem. I was like, okay, you know what? That was actually kind of amusing, Joel. That's good stuff. And obviously his point is, we only have so many resources, we only have so many men. We can only go this fast, obviously. And she's like, yeah, but we have more people coming in, and we need them, we can't shelter them all anymore. And Joel, while, you know, it's a touchy topic in real life and in the show, it's like, well, maybe if you would stop letting everybody in, we wouldn't have that problem. It's like, oh, what do you want me to do? Like, not let people in? It's like, well, the thing is, if your lifeboat is swamped full of people, and yes, you can't get anyone in anymore. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's a pretty good point. And then you could have had some more background. It's like, oh, yeah, if you get people in, it's like, see who's going to be useful, who can build stuff with us, blah, blah, blah. There's things you can do, okay? But it's just very, very surface level, because they don't go further with this this argument. Because the son comes in, and they just kind of have a good time. And Joel is about to leave, and Maria says, you were a refugee too, you know. And I was like, can you stop manipulating him? He just told you a couple of reasons why it just doesn't work all the time. So maybe work on solutions with him and not guilt trip him, because that's not gonna make him build faster. It's not, because Joel is not like, oh, we just can't let anyone in. I fucking don't want this to happen. He's like, dude, I want to help everybody, but we have limited space, and we still need to build more things. So I don't know what you want me to do. And yeah, guy's also nearly 60. Leave him alone. Yeah, like he's trying his best, man, and you're just trying to guilt trip him. I didn't like that. That was bullshit. But yeah, again, I like how Joel. We see how Joel is important to the town with his background in construction and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, the therapy session. We actually see one of the therapy sessions he goes to, and he pays with weed, which is kind of funny, I think. But basically, he's like, "Oh, hey, yo, that's what's up? What you want to talk about?" And it kind of goes about how, you know, Ellie is like, "Oh, she's so distant. I'm just trying to be. I'm overprotective. I know. I'm not trying to be this as much anymore. I'm trying to figure things out. Blah blah blah." But she's just, she lives in the garage. She moved into the garage, and I never should have allowed that. Things like that. And she's basically like, oh, God, it's boring. You're basically just telling me problems that basically every 19-year-old does. Like, it's just a problem those teenagers do. So you're clearly hiding something from me. Like, so what are you doing? And Joel just kind of looks around the room, and it's her birthday, which is one thing to point out, because she says, you know, this is my first birthday without my husband in 41 years. So I already had some whiskey. I was like, oh, great, so you're drunk, so I'll probably just come back later. It's like, no, it's fine. And she goes on to say, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna put the truth on the table and then see what happens. And she basically says that he hates him because he had to kill her husband. And she resents and hates him for it, because I assume he got infected and he had to shoot him so he doesn't infect more people, which, you know, makes sense. That's a thing that can happen in this universe. And basically he's like, okay, now that I said anything, it's in the air. Now it's your turn. And it's like, what happened with Ellie? Something happened. Did you hurt her? And he's like, no. And you see like him cracking up. And it's like one of those scenes that's like, oh, yeah, Pedro Pascal, you're actually like a really good actor. I still wish you wouldn't be in like everything and everyone's show. So you can do more serious projects that are actually like really good. But that's a whole other topic. Because this kind of cracks down and he's like, no. And just gets up and says, I saved her. And then he leaves. So yeah, because the she's just trying to figure out what he's hiding. And of course they're playing with the thing that he never told Ellie that he killed all the fireflies and that they actually didn't get to experiment on her or, you know, find anything. But yeah, the thing is I'm already on board with Joel. He did save her. Ellie never got a choice, so I'm already on board with this. But I think it's a neat idea that he struggles a little bit with the choice. I think that's worth exploring. But I think we're not gonna do that anymore because as to where the episodes end, because I think next episode, maybe he might be in the next 2 episodes. I'm get a feeling. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I like the idea that they explore this a little bit. But he's kind of like, no, I saved her. I don't know if we get any more of this. I feel like we don't. But I guess it's nice that they kind of explore that it's still on his mind, which would make sense. But yeah, didn't mind that scene. So far, like the things that happened with Joel, I actually enjoyed the most. Can't wait for him to be getting golfed upon. Jesus Christ. Yeah, also another, like a small thing that made a bit more sense to me is that Joel and Ellie live in the same place. It's not like she has her own big fuck-off house. She lives in Joel's garage, basically. Which makes a lot more sense to me, because especially after they told us in the show that they are running out of space. So her just living in a garage makes much more sense to me. But yeah, Joel goes into her room, is like, hey, what's up? You know, right? You've been playing much, and he basically grabs the guitar that you see in the show, and he just grabs it. I can fix it for you. So yeah, it's like in the show. It's awkward between the two, which see, I was kind of on board with them starting a little before the show. I wish they would have started even longer before the show. Just so we can, as I already pointed out after my first stream, that we can explore the town and what's been going on. We get like bits and bobs of it here, but still not enough for me where I'm like, yeah. I think they already missed the opportunity to just show us what's going on in the town for a bit longer. I mean, they give us something, but I think we need some more in the way they did it, especially what we go into soon with the patrol. That's not the way you should have done it, because after the first episode, I hate Ellie and Dina more than I already did after starting to play this game. Which is a shame, because I liked Ellie from the first game, but this Ellie is absolutely insufferable, and they made it worse in the episode. We'll get there soon. So yeah, actually, I say soon. We're doing it right now. The garage scene, that's it. Way more important, the patrol. And oh boy, was it a doozy. That whole fucking patrol, gee, boy. I actually stopped the episode like 2 times while this was happening because I couldn't believe what the fuck they were doing to the characters of Dina and Ellie. So Ellie is like kind of prepping her guns and gets picked up by Dina. It's like, hey, what's up? It's like, patrol is now ready? Ah, damn. And then they go to the patrol, and Jesse is there waiting for them. And it's like, oh, well, now that we're 5 minutes late, I'm gonna make it quick. Strike number 1. Really wanted to go to the patrol? 5 minutes late. Awesome. Good start. And then Jesse starts his briefing. It's like, oh, do the thing, blah, blah. But he doesn't even get far into it. Because Fucking Dina all of a sudden holds up her hand. And he's like, yeah, what's up?
Hi, should we stick to the road, scan the countryside, hit our checkpoints, and sign the logbooks?
And then rolls her eyes at Ellie. When he says, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. When Jesse says, like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It's like, wow, awesome. Can you just let him do his fucking job after you turn up late to the patrol you wanted to be on so desperately? Absolute fucking dickhead. And he's not even mean or anything. He just starts talking like a normal person. And then Ellie not even supposed to be on the patrol, and now it's just hindering their progress. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's like, okay, yeah, but you're not only going to do this, you're gonna put up some signs if it's like danger or not. There's like some yellow and black things or something. It's not too much of a deal because that's just an extra thing they're supposed to do. And he's just trying to do his job. And Elliot, someone says, you know, I'm just like you're just only 4 years older than me. So, like, basically tell him, so why are you commanding me around when you're only 4 years older? It's his fucking job. He's supposed to brief you, and then you fuck off to your patrol. By the way, there's 3 other people in this patrol. And the way they already are, Dina and Ellie are like over here as a pack. And the other 3 are over there in the pack. And they don't even patrol together. Like, Dina and Ellie are always doing like their own thing, while the other one's doing their other thing up there. So, absolutely great. They don't even want anything to do with the rest of the patrol. And just to see what a fucking classy lad Jesse is, he goes up to them after he is done, in private. It's like, hey, seriously though, can you take this like more seriously? Like, I'm just trying to do my job. Like, why are you just being such a bitch, basically? So he's like being super fucking professional, while these two cunts,
Watch your profanity.
I can't put it any other way, just being like, why are you so uptight, blah blah blah. It's like, this is the job, they need to do this. Jesse has no reason to be as nice to them as he is. And yeah, and then they talk about the New Year's party or something real quick, if they're gonna come over there. And we go on patrol. We go on patrol, and then I just said it. They have some teenage banter, which I don't give a shit about, which is very reminiscent of the first stream I had when I first walked around with Ellie and Dina. It's like, oh, good this, oh, you like someone else, blah blah. We already know they're gonna be scissoring soon, so who cares? So whatever. So they're like a little bit back, the other 3 in front. Should have mentioned, there's this one lady who's called Kat. She's the team leader for this. Like, hey, listen to her, just do the patrol. If anything happens, if anything is suspicious, come back. We're gonna send a squad to check it out. You're just doing recon. So this is a pure recon mission. No shooty bangs, no shenanigans. Simple as that. You might be wondering why I point this out specifically. I bet you can't guess what's happening in this patrol. So the patrol finds blood on the floor, and Ellie and Dina catch up to them, and they see the blood, and like, oh, awesome! And they ride off in the direction where the blood is leading them. And Kat's like, what are you doing? We're gonna go back. And patrol's like, no, we're just gonna recon. Let's recon. And they just go. And they just all follow them. It's like, okay. So there's blood on the floor, looks very suspicious. There's a trail of blood going in the other direction. So yeah, maybe let's do that. So Kat's basically, the team leader says something and they immediately ignore what she said. It's like, okay, cool. They reach like a building, which I think is the same building that you go into as in the game. I'm not 100%. Yeah, it is, because it has like the dog thing, the dog meme as being the employee of the month, right? Oh, so yeah, Jesse did say they could do 1 or 2 infected. Yeah, but if they're like on the way, they can get them out. But at this point, they have like a big blood trail that goes pretty far in that direction. And they reach a thing and they find like this big carcass of a bear, which is like annihilated. Which was it also a bear in the game? I already don't remember. For some reason, I remember a deer and not a bear, but I could be misremembering. But yeah, there's like, oh, that's suspicious. That must have been some ravaged things. It's a moose. Ah, see? Okay, yeah, there you go. Like, oh, wow, that's probably... Okay, well, you happy now? Asks Kat, the team leader. Are you happy now? We're gonna go back now and tell them that there's probably a group of them around here somewhere who just absolutely annihilated this bear. So, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do... That's what we're gonna do. And Ellie and Dina get off their horse, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go in this building now and check it out. And it's like, no, you're not. It's like, and they just walk over there and they say shit like, oh yeah, maybe someone needs help in there, or there might be a toddler in here, or there might be the people that need help. And I was like, no, they don't. And then they just go in, and Kat says, we'll give them 5 minutes. So if you need any more reason for them to never ever be on any patrol ever again, I think I already told you more than enough. To never ever let them ever on any patrol ever again. But here we are, 5 years, and already been told she's reckless. And in they go. And of course, we got two infected in there. And then they do like these hand gestures. And I think that's a clip that went around on Twitter as well, where they're just kind of goofing around. But it starts normal, it's like, you go there with the knife, and then they use like the light to show like, grab the bottle to do the thing, and blah, blah, blah. But then they just kind of goof around, especially Ellie goes like, has like the knife in her hands, goes like, I was like, Jesus Christ, there's people waiting outside. Like, it started fairly normal, but then they just go into goofy banter, goofing off while this is happening. It's like, fucking hell. Absolutely insufferable. I really don't like these two at all in the show. I mean, I didn't really like them in here, but here they were just more like teenagers being like teenagers, but in the show, they're just actually completely insufferable. So yeah, they're just kind of looking around as well. And so basically, it's so annoying. So they kill these two, like, oh man, we did it, and then Ellie falls through the floor onto the bottom floor of the thing, I think it's like an old market or something, or an old shop. And it's like the meme with the dog. It's like, oh, before we go, you need to look at the dog meme here. The dog is and then they fall through the floor. And it's like, oh, I'll look for a way out for you. Just stay put, blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of looks around the shop. And we see in the back, we see a little crawly infected. An infected that crawls around. Sneaking. Not making any noise. I was like, oh, that's new. I don't know this from the games. Maybe I haven't encountered them yet. Interesting. So basically, Ellie hears that there's like hears something at some point. And I don't know if I like where they go with Ellie right now, because she's basically not super cautious, but she gets like her shotgun out, and it looks like she's like in hunting mode, like she's hunting infected for fun now. Which kind of takes away all the tension you have with infected. Because at some point she spots the infected and looks at her, and she's like,
Run at me, fucker. Run at me!
what are you doing? What if there's more? Don't you want to like be in a corner? And like these were supposed to be scary. But she just goes like head on. It's like, run at me. And then it just kind of goes around, blah, 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 blah. And it basically gets her by surprise. And Ellie gets bit. Ellie gets fucking bit again. She gets bit in her belly or something, which I've just found funny. I just find it hilarious that she gets bit immediately when she gets cornered. And you know they do like thing. She fights the infected off, and we cut away. And I was my thought was like, well, that's a problem. Not for her. I mean, it's just a bite mark. That's not the problem. But surely, if there's been encounters with infected, this town, of course, because why wouldn't you? Of course, they have a station where it's like, oh, encounter. Please step into this cabin so I can check you out from top to bottom to see if you have any scratches or bite marks. If you don't have the station in this kind of scenario of apocalypse, you are retarded. Anyway, they don't have a station like this, and we cut it to them being inside the city. She just hit it, and she just goes inside. And then in her garage, she just kind of makes a cut out of it. She has she has bite marks, and she cuts through the teeth prints to make it look like a cut, and then bandages it up. So I don't think this is just gonna come up again. They should just do it with anyone coming away from anything every time, and with all the new people. Yeah, for sure. But at least when they have encounters with infected, they should check them out 100%. But yeah, they are at the council meeting where they report, hey, there was this crazy new infected that was kind of smart. And I was like, oh shit, it was just like not a weird happening. It was like a new thing. So they're introducing a new form of infected that hunts people smartly. And I Googled, it was like, oh, is that a thing I haven't encountered yet in this game? No, apparently that's a completely new thing. So this is like a stalker infected dealio. So it's completely new. So I assume there's gonna be more of them in the show, where they have to be careful. So yeah, that's like a whole new thing. I don't know if that's gonna be good or bad yet, but here we are. It's a whole new thing. Yeah, I don't know. And then they have like this council meeting going on, and it's like Tommy again points out that they shouldn't have gone in there, and then Ellie says back to him, "Oh, as if you and Joel wouldn't have gone in there." It's like, first of all, that doesn't matter. But then Tommy says, "Oh, that's different." It's like, no, you don't need to answer her. Get her off patrol, put her on the guard duty forever, or make her go build some fucking houses. We need more of those, apparently. Clearly, she's not adult enough, not grown up enough to fucking do patrols. Like, it's insane. They can't be dealing with this kind of shit when this much is at stake. Like one scratch, one bite, and someone is infected and dead. You can't have someone reckless going around. It's just, you can't do it. But yeah, she's still uppity in front of the council, so that's just fucking stupid. And then the show, we end the town scenes with the party. We talk about I've only seen talked about. I think we get a scene at some point here. What happened with the bartender man, he calls them slurs or whatever. By the way, Dina getting wasted at that party, even though she got early duty in the morning. If you need any more reasons to not make her go on patrols, there is another one. In front of Jesse, just gets his drink and just fucking downs it. It's like, okay, guard duty. Go fucking clean the latrines or something. These two are clearly not made to do any fucking patrols. Like, they're just not. No, this kind of attitude. You just can't have this. It's too risky. Just way too risky. But yeah, they have the dance. They make out, Dina and Ellie, and then Bigot Sandwich Man is like, slur. Actually, I don't know if YouTube allows that word to be said. The D word? I've never heard it used a lot before. But he calls it like a lesbian slur or something. You missed the thing where Tommy says it's different. Maria sides against him. I mean, it shouldn't be different. They shouldn't go in there as well. If the rules were don't go check things out too hard if it's super suspicious. Come back and we send a squad. Shouldn't count for them. But they were going for the funny. No, it wasn't. It would be different. That's just dumb. But yeah, it's pretty much what they explained in the game, where then Joel comes from the side and pushes him over. He leaves. Ellie yells at him, is like, "I don't need your protection, meh." And then he goes home and fixes the guitar. And she goes home, looks at Joel, angry. He's like, "Why are you protecting me? I'm a teenager." Tommy and Joel have 20 years experience with young adults. Oh yeah, with that for sure. But orders are orders. If the orders are come back when something suspicious happens so we can send a proper squad, they should still do this. It's obviously different if they go in with the experience, and they would probably do a better job, 100%. But if we go by just the orders alone, they should also go back. But the most important part is that they shouldn't even have said that. It's just like, no, you just defied orders, so shut up, Ellie, basically. Yeah, this is how the town scenes end. We got 2 more things happening. One, and I'm gonna go back a little bit in the earlier part of the episodes. There's like a pipe they knock up, they break, and there's dry like fungus stuff in there. But apparently they didn't check it properly because that fungus was not really properly dry. It actually, you see some tendrils coming out in the night. So they're giving us an explanation as to why there's a massive horde of zombies infected coming in the game, or, well, in the show later as well. Which is, I don't know, that seems like a big oversight by whoever opened up that pipe. That they didn't check it properly. That's quite a massive fuck up on their end. And then, ending shot, Abby arrives with the squad. I guess they took some time to find them. And yeah, that's the first episode of the show. Absolutely horrific. It was really bad. And I had the same feeling that I had starting this game. And with the context of the game, they actually made it worse. Because Ellie and Dina should not be in any fighting capacity whatsoever. So yes, there you go. Now I spent like probably over 30 minutes talking about the show. There you go. It's super, yeah, everyone is responsible. It's really, that seems like a fuck up that should not happen. If you find like a strand of fungus, even if it's dry, you want to cut into it or something, or tuck away at it to see if there's any living ones in there. Yeah, pretty bad stuff. Liked a couple of the Joel things, but that's about it. And now I get to look forward to watch more of it next week, and I will tell you all about that as well, probably, because I get to talk about the show while playing the game for the first time. So hooray! Yeah.